I always call it like the ostrich, uh, whereas you can agree to something by doing nothing. So if I send you an email and say, "Hey, I'm going to do A, B, and C, and you owe me this for doing it." If I don't respond or I don't do anything and I let it happen, and you go out and you do A, B, C, and that was the price you told me in the contract. Yeah, I'd never responded or never did anything. I go out and I do it, even though I never told him to do that. I never agreed to it. I sent it to you. I told you I was doing it. You saw me doing it and you never stopped me. That's a contract.
So people are agreeing to pay for things and have things done all the time, apparently, by just not answering.
Sometimes, yeah. If you're not clear, because inaction can be um, sometimes a lot of times that we fight about after. Well, I never agreed to this. Well, at that point, it's like, did you actually receive this email? Did you actually send this email? Well, yeah. Since you sent it, you received it. You actually showed that you opened it. Showed that you were outside looking at it being done. You never told them to stop. So you agreed to it, and you never had to say a word.
Wow. So words in law, words make up the law.
Mhm.
Words create the law. The words matter, and we can start here and work our way down. Uh, For example, on the criminal side, there's a huge difference between innocent and not guilty. Correct.
Correct. Not guilty doesn't mean you're innocent. Not guilty means we can't necessarily prove that you did that. There's not enough evidence to prove that you're guilty. That's what not guilty means.
But walk us through the differentiators that law uses with words and why specific wording matters in the law.
So I guess that's a very large is eh,
So let me knock the question down. Do you have some examples of situations where one word changes completely a case, an action, something of that nature?
well, I always talk about it is it's we're an absolutist society a lot of times. All, must, shall. There's a big difference between may and shall.
So
If
for those that
okay, if it says, Kavan shall cut my grass once a week, that's you're agreeing that that will happen once a week. If it says Kavan may cut my grass once a week, that's some discretion in there. So one word like that, even though me and you are saying, "Oh yeah, they just come." Yeah, as long as you do it once a week, I'm good with it. And then it turns around, and even though that's what we were talking, that's how we said it. But in the contract, it says shall, and then 5 years later, that's why you put stuff in the contract. And so, in 5 years later, when y'all all of a sudden have a disagreement, you're like, "Well, you don't you don't come once a week.